have to say something about Sabrina. The one thing that stands out to me about Sabrina was that she was a very stubborn, sorry, I meant strong-willed little girl. And so I think I should take this opportunity to thank the people who have helped to mold her into the beautiful, intelligent, and artistic young woman we have today in front of us. Dinesh and Sabrina have a lot in common. They've gone into the same profession. They've gone into the same specialty. They've also loved playing tennis. And I heard that Cupid started firing his arrows to the tennis court of Worcester College.
The first thing to say in these things is on behalf of me and my wife, we would like to thank you all for coming to join us in this sort of special day. It's been amazing to have you all here. I've been able to talk to precisely 4 of you today, which has been fantastic. So for those 4 people, thank you. Harold, thank you for your lovely speech. That was, it was just so nice to hear that you at least approve now of me. I know you have a very special bond with Sabrina, and I think that probably comes from your similarities more than anything. In particular, I've always thought Sabrina gets her sense of humour from you, as well as her love of all things outdoors and gardening. And sorry if I'm overstepping, but I think her firm dislike of being told what to do probably comes from yourself, if I can be so bold.
We are a very close trio, often confused by teachers, relatives, that means you lot, and indeed our own parents. But Sabrina has always been particularly special. Clever, kind, and just the right amount of naughtiness.
We are, of course, very proud of Sabrina, not least because she followed in the footsteps of the first Dr. Black and therefore goes to the top of the Black family class immediately. But on a more serious note, she is an incredible doctor. We are so proud of what she and many of her friends who are here today had to tackle during COVID.
Years ago, whenever either of us tried to call Sabrina, she said she would call us back because she was playing tennis. But it was really odd because she never wanted to play tennis with us.
Then we would start to hear a name, Dinesh. So who was this guy who had her turning her away from the family sport?
And hang on a minute. Aren't they colleagues? And who is going to tell HR? Well, after a full inquiry was conducted, we decided we quite like this new guy. Yes, his quick decision-making is not his forte. Never, ever go to a restaurant with these guys. They can never make a decision. But it turns out on occasion they do make lovely decisions. like getting married. Aww.
It is our pleasure to toast not your wonderful marriage, which will undoubtedly be filled with love, joy, and a lack of decisions.
But today we can announce that despite your lack of Christmas pajama wearing, Dinesh, you are finally allowed to join the Family Black WhatsApp group. Ladies and gentlemen, please raise your glasses to Sabrina and some guy called Dinesh.
Sabrina, we first met as colleagues, then friends, and briefly tennis opponents as well. We then became so much more than I could have ever hoped for. Although we are no longer colleagues, we'll be forever friends, and you'll always be the most important person in my life. I will love you. I will try to bring you happiness and laughter in both the best times and the hardest throughout our married life.
Dinesh, I've always been drawn to you, and now I know why. You're my person. I love you, and I will try to bring you happiness and laughter throughout our lives together. I will love and care for you and have patience and understanding and be there for you when you need me for all our married life without question.
So marriage starts with a celebration of the love that two people share, and it moves to become a journey. It's a journey you will make together, one of mutual support, shared experiences. You enter into your marriage as true friends and partners. I think we can all see that here today, full of hope and trust in your future together. May the promises you have made to each other today create a lifelong bond and enrich lives for you both as individuals, as a couple, and for your families. Let your marriage be a source of strength and joy to you in the days and years ahead. There will be joys, there will be sorrows, tears and laughter as you continue on your way together. But no matter what life brings you, however busy your days are, just make time each day for each other, even if it's only 5 minutes at the end of a very long and busy day, just to talk, listen, share your day, share your hopes and dreams. And every now and again, just take a moment to remember this day, the love that brought you both here, and why it is so very obvious that the two of you really do belong together. So you have made the declarations required by law, and you've made a solemn and binding contract with each other in the presence of your families and friends. So it is now my very great pleasure to tell you that from this moment forward, you are indeed now husband and wife. I suggest you share.
To my wife, Sabrina. You are an absolute vision tonight. I don't think anyone would ever argue with that, and nothing could have prepared me for seeing you walk down the aisle today. I was truly taken aback and pinching myself as the luckiest person alive, so thank you. I think it would be a little sensible. I think you've heard little snippets of our dating history, but I think we should just maybe dissect that a little bit now. We met working together about 6 or 7 years ago, and we were friends. Fast forward 3 years, and we were working together again with the intensity of COVID. And you might ask, was this the time? Was this the time that we sensed the moment and decided to go for it? Not really. Instead, we embarked upon about 6 months of hanging out, playing tennis weekly, as you guys have heard about, while not really addressing the feelings that had come up, despite around half of our friends in this room relentlessly telling us that we were essentially an item already. Finally, however, on a cold December night, the decisiveness kicked in. All that was needed was a Christmas party that some people here would have been a part of, a club night that we were probably too old for, and everything clicked into place. I was a perfect gentleman, of course, and walked her home to her digs in North Oxford, and the rest is history. And although we took our time getting there, once we had managed to act on our feelings, there was nothing that could hold us back, and we skipped from milestone to milestone with barely a blink. Safe to say, these last 2 years have been the best 2 years of my life, and I think for Sabs, she would say that they're probably not the worst, maybe even mid to upper tier. And in all honesty, from about a couple of months on, I knew you were the one, and I never had a doubt that we would be here on a day like today. As someone who likes my own space, it was amazing how everything that we've done has been made better by your presence. You're the most kind and caring person I know. I'd like to say another time, I love you so much, and I'd like to raise a glass to my wife, Sabrina.
Just to give you some degree of reassurance, this speech has been vetted by my wife. Their work as chest physicians during the pandemic formed the cornerstone of the Oxford Hospital's response to COVID and saved, no doubt, countless lives. It was during this period that their contact increased. Dinesh decided that spending more time with Sabrina rather than less might be a better way to go about things, and so they went for tennis matches. Who knew the score would end love, love? Pause for laughter. I met up with Sabrina in the run-up to the wedding to find out what it was that she saw in Dinesh that the rest of us were clearly missing. She mentioned such wonderful qualities about the man that she was planning to marry. I wasn't certain she was talking about Dinesh. By the time I knew Dinesh, we had both been through university, where he spent most of his time sober as a fox, and had performed most of our stupid antics there. And so there aren't really any embarrassing stories to tell. How boring. I can sense all of you tuning out. Or there weren't many stories until I made a WhatsApp group with Dinesh's parents, Devon Lal, and his sister Smitha. And Dinesh, you should really vet more carefully to whom you give your family's phone numbers to. Your family were more than delighted to share stories and photos of you, and they were all very excited about airing the laundry of your childhood in front of all your wedding guests. So on to some of your qualities, Dinesh. Cooking. At university, Dinesh was known for his wizardry in the kitchen. He could toast a Pop-Tart like no one else, and his skill using the microwave to reheat his mother's lovingly prepared and delivered home-cooked food was second to none. I can confirm that Mummy Adala's home-cooked food is delicious, as the deliveries continued well beyond graduation. Perhaps Dinesh's defining feature is his caring nature. He's been an exemplary son, supporting his family through several difficult times, from A-levels at school, through medical school, and through the last few months as well. He prioritises the needs of his loved ones above all else, and that is a quality that is invaluable. Dinesh progresses through life keeping his head up and his heart in the right place. He remains one of the best men I know, and his career is sure to be a shining one. In Sabrina, he has met a beautiful and presumably incredibly patient partner with whom he is fortunate to share his life, and who complements the area of Dinesh's life which are slightly less self-sufficient. So, ladies and gentlemen, friends, can I ask you please to charge your glasses and raise them with me for a toast to Dinesh and Sabrina.
Dinesh, I think everyone knows here, is one of the nicest guys you could ever meet. Always has a smile on his face. But ever since he met Sabrina, I've never seen him happier. He's got the little twinkle in his eye, I think you notice. And has only been there since Sabrina's come into his life. So, and Sabrina, I tell you what, it makes us so happy that you're able to join our happy, crazy family. Thank you for putting up with all of us. And I think as you gathered, it's a package deal. You don't just get Dinesh, you get all of us. So thank you for putting up with us. I wish you a lifetime of good health, happiness, and may you have the opportunity to treasure and enjoy each and every precious moment in your lives together, no matter how big and small they are. So, to Dinesh and Sabrina.